Say man, it's your girl Slim. Did it, cause Slim do it every time. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. And if you're not, welcome back. This is the first episode of my series called Better Late Than Never. I know that's cliche, that's corny, whatever you want to call it, I understand. Hear me out. For me, the chapter that I've entered in my life, it just makes sense, and it's one of those things that it's right for me. And I want to share this journey with y'all. I'm looking towards doing it in more like a cinematic vlog type of scene, learning how to color grade and all the good shit. I've been doing my research, I've been learning and all that, so you feel me, like it's all gonna make sense. For every series that I put on my channel, each series is going to have a Bible scripture that makes sense for that particular chapter in my life, the series that I'm creating, the journey, the doors that I'm opening, all of that. It's just gonna make sense, okay? I'm not the best person with words, and I just hope y'all enjoy what comes with it. But the Bible verse that's going to wrap around this entirety of this series, Better Late Than Never, is going to be Ecclesiastes 11:4. It's one of them ones, okay? And basically what that states is waiting for the perfect moment might screw you over in the long run. Trying to wait for the perfect moment. There's no such thing as a perfect moment. You create that perfect moment. So welcome to Better Late Than Never, episode 1. Sorry I'm late. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Slim. S to the L to the I to the S to the L to the I to the M. That sounded better in my head. This year started off rough for me because the end of the year was very rough for me. And there was a lot of things going on that I kept to myself that I didn't want to overshare with others, or I just kept in the dark, and I was walking around perpetrating like I was good mentally, but I wasn't. I was hurt, and I was just thugging it out. And I think the best thing that could have ever happened to me that made me pour so much fuel to this fire was breaking my hand and getting my heart broke. It sounds crazy. That was the first time in a long time where I was like, yo, I gotta get back right, because there was a lot of things that I brushed off my shoulder that old me wouldn't have allowed to happen, and the crashing out had to stop, and it humbled me. It made me really think about my choices a lot better, because I'm so quick to anger and my temper is so bad that I just flash out, and when I flash out, I don't really worry about the repercussions. It put me in a space where I had to sit in my thoughts alone. Those two things together, the broken hand and the broken heart, put me in a space where I had to sit in my thought alone, and I really had to feel the emotions that I've been pushing under and not feeling and not expressing and not speaking on and not talking on. And even my relationship with God was not the best relationship anymore. And anyone that knows me, I'm not gonna push my faith on you, but I love God. You feel me? Like, I'm one of them people that I bring God up in a sentence without even knowing that I'm doing it. I'm like, hey, like, everything happens for a reason. Like, if God wanted it to be that way, it would have been that way. Hey, God will remove you from a situation that doesn't make sense. And for me, it didn't make sense why he was doing me like that, but I knew that he was listening to me and he heard me, because at the time I was documenting on an app. This isn't sponsored. It was called Confide. And I prayed and I said, hey, God, if this, and this is an answer that I receive when I ask these questions, this is the end game with it. And if it's completely different, then that means you want it to be there. Of course, it wasn't what I wanted it to be, but it was what it needed to be, and it made sense. And that didn't make sense in my life. And as like the days get better and I get into a different state, I'm starting to understand, okay, some things just, you know, they're meant for a season, and that was a season, and it had its goods, but you know, the goods were good and the bads were bad, and I can't say that the bad outweighed the good and the good outweighed the bad. It was what it was. At that point, my head was really fucked up, but I was so, you know, I was so in love. So a lot of things that was happening, I was letting slide that I would never really let slide because it just didn't make sense with my beliefs and stuff. And when I asked that question and I got those answers, I told God, like, if it's what I think it is, make sure it hurts me and make sure it hurts me bad so I don't look back. And if it's not, then that means that you want this separation that we have going on right now. And he made sure it hurt me, and it hurt me bad. And it took me a while to get out of that state. I'm not 100% healed. I'm healing, not healed. I wanted to document the journey. And each series that I create on this channel is going to be a different chapter that I entered in my life. But right now, I'm late to a lot of things that I should have done back when. But self-esteem, confidence, no belief in myself, work ethic was shit. Not pouring into myself. A lot of those things put me in a space where, like, I either didn't take it serious or I just wasn't doing it at all. Locking in. And I told my people, like, I want to be more present this year. I want to lock in on myself. I want to pour into my own cup. Although I will still pour into my people that I love so dearly, I'm going to pour into their cups, but I'm going to pour into my cup this time. Like, I'm not going to sacrifice my cup to pour into somebody that's not even looking out for me. I'm gonna make sure I'm pouring into my cup this time, because it's so easy to forget about yourself when you wear your heart on your sleeve and you push out nothing but pure energy and love. And sometimes people take advantage of that, and I'm big on my peace right now. Like, I don't care for the drama. I don't care for the fake friendships and the phony females sitting in my face and the phony homeboys that sit in my face and they only here for whatever they need and it's seasonal for them. Like, if it's fucking up my peace, it's not gonna be in my life no more. Like, when I tell you the start of this year was that the start of this year was one hell of a year, I didn't start going outside until maybe April 1st. No bullshit. I got this covered up to a party. When I tell you I went to a party, I went to the homegirl at the time's mother's surprise party. I was outside. I saw a lot of my old friends that I haven't seen in a couple of years, people that I haven't been around in a couple of years because of the state that I was in for the last 5.5 years was not the best state. And my energy is very strong, so I know when I step in a room, if my energy is off, I could pour that into everybody else. And to me, I felt like the best decision that I could have made was to stay away from everybody and just kind of isolate myself. And at the time, it made sense, but thinking back now, it's like I missed out on a lot of things that I wish I could have been a part of, and it's too late for me to try to pop back up now. And I've given those people their apologies. Whether they keep it, that's on them. Whether they believe me and hear me, that's also on them. But I meant it from the bottom of my heart. At the same time as, like, seeing all the people that I haven't seen, I'm just getting outside. And I'm already like a homebody type of person unless I'm with my boys type shit, but for the most part, I like being in the crib. I like the comfort of my home and being in the crib because there's no drama in the crib. My room is my safe haven. There's no drama here. You feel me? Not only did I pop out for the surprise party and see a lot of old faces that I hadn't seen in a while, I saw people that I missed that I didn't realize how much I missed. I went to one of my best friend's shows in LA. I think we was in downtown, maybe. I think it was downtown. He performed, I was there, I popped out, and again, like I said, I told everybody I want to be present. And that same night, the homeboy, one of our DJs, DJ Lou, shout out to DJ Lou, he asked me to be on one of his projects. He had 2 projects coming out back to back, the first day and then the next day. I was like, hell yeah. I said, I'm locked in this year, like, for real. And they've heard me say that type of thing a lot, but I was never like, I never, you know, I never kept my word. There's being depressed and there's depression. I'm over here, you feel me? So this season was a rough season for me. So it's very hard for me to actually lock in, and then being around certain people or just working with certain people kind of put me in a state of like being turned off from the music. And anybody that knew me knew like music was everything to me. You feel me? Like, I love music. I went to school for music. I pick up on instruments very fast. Like, I love it. I like writing. I like all that. You see what I'm saying? So he heard me and he could tell I was being serious. He sent me 2 beats, and I put my verses and my whatever on those 2 songs, and I winded up being on the tape, and I was super excited about it. Make sure y'all check that out on all platforms. And I was there for the listening party as well, which was fucking phenomenal. It was a beautiful fucking turnout. It was nothing but family, friends, and just good energy in one atmosphere. And then shortly after the listening party, I believe it was the following day, I went with my best friend, one of his boys, Airplane James's show, and I got to witness a whole different side of like stage presence, because at the listening party, that was my first time performing. That was my first time being at a show. That was my first time seeing other people with stage presence and stuff like that, besides the time before. And being a part of it, it was a lot. It was different. But then we saw James on stage and Mo Thorough, and there was a couple other dudes that was on the stage. And stage presence was incredible, and it just gave me like that adrenaline rush to want to be on the stage. So I've been outside, but I've been outside in like a healthy way. I ain't been outside worried about the wrong things. I've been outside in a healthy way. I'm in a state where I'm not looking for relationships. I'm building bonds with good people, building business relationships, building friendships, all types of stuff. That's where I'm at, and that's the chapter that I'm entering right now. And I've always wanted to do this YouTube thing. You feel me? I've always wanted to do it, whether it be me by myself, me with one other person, me with a group, me with 2 other people. It never succeeded because I never had the consistency. It's 2025. And hey, it's better late than never. But episode 1, sorry I'm late. I'm looking forward to share episode 2 with y'all.